What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome back to the channel and a new video. And we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give this suspension a little workout on this road here real quick. See how confident I feel. Hopefully, you know, the road is fairly clear and it ain't nothing, ain't no hidden surprises on the road or not. So we on our way there right now. But something I kind of want to tell you guys about. This is a little bit off topic from what what this video is about to be about, but I feel like it just hit me because it kind of happened to me again. So this probably happened to me about like maybe three times? Yeah, I think it was like 3 times. So I have this issue where I'm at a complete standstill. I'm at a light, right? And I put the car in neutral while I'm waiting, and when I know the light is about to change, I say, well, you may go ahead and throw that bad boy in first gear. So I got the clutch all the way in, right? And I try and put it in the first gear, and it's like it goes, but then it doesn't go, and it's like it's grinding. It's it's grinding, but the clutch is in. So I'm like, dude, what the hell is that? I'm thinking something serious wrong, but it doesn't happen a whole lot. Like I said, the whole time I had to swap in here, and mind you, I got like 2,523 miles on this clutch so far, because I'm still trying to keep count to see, make sure you see what's going on. And like I said, out of all of those miles, it happened like 3 times, and it's just like out of nowhere. So the only thing I think might be the issue is it could be that clutch delay that I put in there, because there is, it takes away that delay. It could be like maybe I probably may need to re-bleed this mug a little bit, maybe, because it could be something like blowing by there. Not sure really, but I'm thinking that may be why. And I kind of just want to let you guys know about it. I haven't pinpointed exactly if that's what it is, but I'm just making you guys aware that it did that a few times on me. Like I say, it's not something that happens regularly. Other than that, I get in and out of every gear perfectly fine. All that stuff is fine. It's just like when I'm at a standstill and I want to go in the first, sometimes I go in and then it'll go in. So I don't know what that is, unless some of you have experienced that as well. If you have, man, throw it in the comments and let me know what it is that you guys found out that the problem is, and maybe I can kind of look into that and see if that's what it is. But I don't know, I kind of want to tell y'all that, see if anybody else has experienced that, not having put that that mod in or not. But if it is, it could be that. So I don't know, I might be on to something, maybe I'm not, but I just want to throw it out there. All right, y'all. As I was driving here, dude, it's crazy. I'm driving next to that truck right there, right? We coming up, and a freaking deer ran across the road. I had just turned the camera off before that happened, which is crazy. That would have been freaking tragic if I would have hit a freaking deer, dude. I'd have been out here crying. But yeah, that was crazy. right, y'all. So that's pretty much the gist of the road. Y'all notice there was a bunch of deer that was jumping out, man. That, to me, that's a bad sign. That means out of nowhere, these cats can just jump out of nowhere. The road still goes down a little bit more, but then after that, it's over with at that point. But while I was doing all that driving, let me pull off on the side of the road here. Had my engine light come on, check engine light came on. But y'all can see that's pretty much, I mean, just the road. I mean, like I said, it goes down a little bit and then it goes down to a light. The road is long. I was a little bit, the road is still long. It's just, it ends right there. And then when you get to the end, you make a left and then you go down a little bit and it's like really open area. And then it turns into another road where you can do it's a bunch of twists and turns down that one too. So the road, it's a long road, but it's just broken up into pieces. It's like you gotta string them together. All right, y'all. So, all right, so I did trigger up, I was just checking my code. That's why I turned y'all off for a second there. I triggered a P0137. Is it 137 or B37? I can't remember what it was. But basically, it's just saying that the O2 sensor is slow to respond. And I think I triggered that by what I did when I shifted into third and then how I hit the gas and off and then on the gas again. So I triggered that to happen. That was really all my fault. But yeah. So let's talk about the road a little bit while we on it. I kind of want to be careful. This gets kind of busy now. When you're going back the other way on this road, it's crazy because of how the sun is like directly in your eyes on the way back. So yeah, I would not recommend going away at this time of the day. If you go at a different time of the day, it's probably okay. But right now, for the sun, it'll completely blind you. As you'll come out of one of these turns, and bam, you can't see nothing. So I would recommend you don't do it. We probably about to experience it. God, dog, look at him. Good stuff. If you're lowered, I would be careful on like the end section. That's kind of why I slowed down a little bit, because the road is real tore up, and it looks like at the beginning of the road, it's kind of tore up there too. That's probably why they tore it all up. They're probably about to redo this whole thing. I'm not sure. But what can I say about the suspension? Hold up. See right here? Now right there, couldn't see nothing for a quick second there. And then when you come up out of this part right here, bam, sun is in your eyes, can't really see nothing, dude. I mean, if you got some shades, maybe. But the initial hit when you freaking hit that turn, dude, it's a mug. But like I say, it's a lot of points like that going back towards the opening of this road. So I would say when you're coming into the road, when you come in from that with that address that I posted in that last video, once you get into that, you're fine. But when you turn back around and go back the other way, man, be careful. Okay, so what can I say about how the suspension is handling? The suspension is slightly stiffer. It's almost like a OEM plus type suspension. So it improved greatly. There's way less body roll when you're going in the turns. Is it uncomfortable? No, it's not uncomfortable. It's slightly stiffer than stock to a degree. I don't want to say slightly because it is very much so stiffer than the stock suspension, for the simple fact that you can feel everything on the road, but you kind of want to feel everything on the road when you're driving. So do I recommend this? If you're looking for an OEM plus style type suspension and you want to be able to have some fun with it a little bit when you do a little aggressive driving, then this, I would say, is a suspension for you. Now, the cons against it, you know, you can't adjust your height, you can't adjust the dampening, but what you get is a very comfortable suspension that's slightly stiff but not too stiff, and it's not uncomfortable. If you're on a rough road, well, yeah, of course, you're gonna feel it no matter what kind of suspension you got. Unless it's very adjustable and you can soften the hell out of it, then cool. But when it's smooth or regular roads that ain't all jacked up, then yeah. The car does stay, it stays extremely flat in the turns. Did it build me up my confidence level in driving aggressively on these roads? Yes, it did, because I felt myself really mashing the gas down and the car would just dig in more. It would plant itself even more going into turns. So yes, this has built up my confidence to really be even more aggressive on turns, almost too aggressive. Let's not, you know, disregard what the tires do. Main thing that's going to give you the best handling is not going to be lowering the car. It does help, especially from a braking and you know, taking off and driving situation, yes, but your tires play an extremely huge part in how the car grips the road. So I'm extremely happy with how it turned out. The springs seem to have settled in fairly well. Like I said, I'm extremely happy with how the car is performing right now. And all right, y'all, so pretty much I had to change the battery in the camera. But what I have to say about this suspension, if you want a cost-effective suspension upgrade that's not gonna slam you all the way down to the ground and give you what you need as far as for, you know, and some improved performance, because, you know, those other suspensions, those coilovers, stuff like that, they get pretty expensive. But seeing as though doing this, I'm using different struts, the springs, but I'm using the top hats from the OEM's top hats. I think this is pretty good. I like it. So the only thing I can really say to that is
the plan and everything, kid. And I love it when a plan comes together.
You know what I'm saying? I have to say that I'm extremely satisfied with the setup and the path that I chose to lower the car to where it's not too low. But hopefully the video was informative, it was entertaining. I wanted to give you guys just somewhat of a review of how the suspension feels. So I do recommend it if you're somebody who's just trying to, you know, you want to do a slight lowering on the car, but you want to have all of the pluses of having a sportier feeling suspension, a little bit tighter, but not too tight. You can choose this route and go that route, and you'll be good to go. So hopefully you were entertained with the video, man. Appreciate you guys. If you made it this far in the video, do make sure that you like and subscribe, hit that bell notification, hit all so you get notified whenever I put out a video. And until that next video, fam, peace.